Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third installment of Beauty and the Beast. Now, listen, we know the first week we had a ratings bonanza. No, I think this may be the fourth show. I don't know. Yeah, I think the first week we had a ratings bonanza. The second week, the ratings were down. We had Disco Inferno on the show last week. It brought the ratings back up a little bit. We were at about 880 today. We're trying to push it over the 1,000 mark for the Beast, Scott Casey Gale, and the Beauty, Sarah Rusi. So we were all set to do today's show. There's only one problem.
She's not here.
The Beauty did not show up. All we have today is the Beast. Scott Casey Gale, how are you?
Very good.
Now, Scott Casey Gale, can you please tell everybody at home what you're wearing?
I'm wearing a St. Patrick's Day hat with hair on the back, beads, and a St. Patrick's Day T-shirt that I bought today.
And we discussed this before we came on the air, Scott. You're not in any way, shape, or form Irish, correct?
Right, I'm not Irish.
Okay. Now, Scott, listen, this is a big show, man. Yes. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. We kicked all your buddies off the show to make you the star of the show. Mm-hmm. What do you think about Sarah Rusi no-showing, not telling me about it? We're sitting here waiting for her for 20 minutes. What do you think about that, Scott?
Sarah, where are you? This is called The Beauty and the Beast. You're supposed to be on the show. Why aren't you on the show? I understand you would, but let people know in advance. I was waiting for you to come on the show. Next time, come on the show and let us know if you have to work or something. But ahead of time.
All right, Scott, what are you going to do if she doesn't let us know next time? Go ahead.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
If give her a piece of my mind.
What else?
If get the firecracker.
Yeah, what are you going to do with the firecracker?
Shove it up my ass.
Oh! Scott Casey Gale, baby. Yeah. What else are you going to do, Scott?
I'm also going to maybe say be on time next time. Let me know in advance and don't just be like, let everybody know if you can't make it and we'll reschedule for another day.
Yeah, Scott, you got all ready. You're all ready. You were right on time. You got the costume for St. Patrick's Day. You're ready to go, Scott. And she's working today. She didn't even let us know.
I know.
Scott, how do you think I should reprimand her? What should be done about this?
Try give her a punishment or something.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, Scott. What do you think about this? Tell me what you're thinking. I'm thinking the next time we see her, you bend her over your knee, and you spank her. What do you think about that, Scott?
I'm going to give her a spanking.
Show me how you would do that and what you would say while you're spanking her. Go ahead.
Okay. You're a bad girl, sir. Bad girl. Next time, be on time. This is supposed to be a professional show. We want ratings. People want to see you. Show up on time next time, lady.
All right, now, Scott, after you spanked her, do you think you would allow her to spank you?
Oh, yeah.
You would like that, wouldn't you, Scott?
Yes.
All right. Scott, I don't know what to say. I can't believe Sarah no-showed us. She didn't give us a heads up. She just told me a second ago because I texted her that she's working today, Scott. But listen, you're here. You're dressed in a beautiful St. Patrick's Day outfit. So, Scott, I will be your co-host today. What do you want to talk about? Whatever you want to talk about today, Scott. And you, baby. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I seem to have a problem with Donald Trump because he bashed Chicago. He said he doesn't like Chicago, and I don't want him to be the president.
Now, why did he say he doesn't like Chicago?
I don't know, because that's Trump. He's always saying that Chicago is not his hometown. I just don't like the guy. I think the guy is a slime ball.
Would you like to cut a promo on Donald Trump?
Oh, yes. Donald Trump, you sanctimonious son of a bitch. How dare you bash Chicago? How dare you be a racist? I will definitely not vote for you. You will definitely not get my vote. I'd much rather have Bernie Sanders or somebody else besides a sanctimonious hypocrite like you. If I ever saw you, I would shove a firecracker up your ass, a machete up your ass, a chainsaw, a saw, a sledgehammer, a machine gun, TNT, and a bulldozer up your ass. As I would say, hashtag do not vote for Trump. He is a scumbag and a vermin.
Now, Scott, you used a word that I didn't even know. Sacrimonious?
Yeah.
Tell me what that means. Scott, I don't even know what that word means.
I heard it on TV shows before. That it's sacrimonious.
So you just throw it out there.
Yeah.
Very nice, Scott. Hey, Scott, let me ask you a question. Okay, we talked a little bit about politics, me and you, right?
Yeah.
Scott, what do you think about, honestly, bro, if Hillary Clinton wins this thing, what do you think about a woman being the president of the United States?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I heard she's done some shady things, but it would be interesting to have a female president. We already have an African American president. It would be very interesting to see what she can do.
Yeah, but Scott, let me ask you this. Like, I think it's a little different with an African-American president, because he's still a male. Do you not think, listen, say our country was on the brink of going to war.
Yeah.
And the president of the United States had to make a decision whether to pull the trigger and drop the bombs and do what they had to do. Do you think that a woman might have a problem or might have an issue with making a big decision like that?
Yes, yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about, Scott,
Yeah.
Scott, what would you do if you were president of the United States? Give me 3 things that you would do.
I would fix the economy. I would help people that really needed jobs get jobs. I would try to make peace with the Republicans and Democrats, and I'd change a lot of things. I'd make this a very safe and clean America. There'll be no more crimes, and I'd make sure that John Cena never gets a title match ever.
Scott, I got a problem though. We got a little bit of an issue on our hands.
Yeah.
What if you decided to run for president, and then all of a sudden your opponent found all these tapes of you cutting promos about sticking things up people's asses, machetes and machine gun? Then we'd have a big issue on our hands.
Yes.
Yeah. Scott, what else would you like to talk to me about this week? Now, you said last night the first new episode of The Americans, right?
Yes.
And tell me about that. Give me a rating on that.
An 8 triple plus. It was that good. Because Dylan Baker's now on the show, and he's a really good actor.
And last night was an off-the-hook show, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was a really great season premiere.
Now, Scott, are you still watching the OJ show?
Oh, yeah, I love it to death.
Did you watch it this past week?
Yeah, and they dropped the F-bomb on that show.
I know they did. What did you think about this last week?
I thought it was really good, but the only thing is I'm surprised that Johnny Cochran didn't say, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're saving that for this week. Okay, but you did watch last week's episode, right?
Yes.
All right, can I ask you a personal question now?
Yes.
If you were Darden, remember the scene when Darden was outside of the room with Marsha Clark?
Yes.
And there was a lot of flirting going on and everything?
Yes.
Now, if that were you and you were Darden, would you have taken her in the room and banged the ever-loving crap out of her?
Yes.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
So do you think he was kind of like a girly man, like walking away and not making a move?
Yes.
You would have made the move on Marsha.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What would you have said?
I said, let's go to the bedroom, honey.
That's it. That's simple. That's simple.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Scott, what else have you been up to this week? Hey, Scott, let me tell you something. You tell me that you work at Barnes & Noble every Friday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What exactly do you do at Barnes & Noble?
I clean the shelves and stack books.
Scott, you know what pisses me off about Barnes & Noble? Can I tell you this?
Sure.
I'm a big record collector. You see all the records behind me?
Yes.
And Barnes & Noble now, they're really starting to have a nice record collection, right?
Yes.
But Scott, the only problem is they never put the freaking records on sale. The records are never, ever, ever on sale.
I know.
Why is that?
I don't know that they should, because they have like good albums like the Rolling Stones, U2, Pink Floyd. Who I like Pink Floyd.
Can you talk to somebody there maybe and see if you can make that happen?
Yes, I'll do that. I'll make that happen.
If you win the presidency, would you put the records on sale at Barnes and Noble?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Scott, you never talked to me really about music. We're just talking about music and records. Yes. Who are your top 3 favorite groups?
The Cars. I'm a huge fan of the Cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Who else?
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I liked the Beatles. They were good.
Scott, do you like any of today's music? Like, there's nobody I really like today. No. You like anybody?
No.
The only one I'm a big fan of today, Scott, is Rihanna. What do you think about Rihanna?
She's good. I like her. But
now, do you like her music, or you just like the way she looks?
I like the way she looks.
But you don't like anybody else's music today, huh?
No, it's just not as good as it used to be.
But the Cars are your number 1 group, huh?
Yeah, Shake It Up was my favorite song of all time.
Shake It Up?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to sing a few bars?
Dance all night, da da da, shake it up, shake it up.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. All right, Scott, what else have you done this week? I know you told me there's a big corned beef and cabbage dinner at the Parents tonight. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes.
How much are you going to eat?
As much as I can.
But you do know that corned beef and cabbage gives you gas. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, are you going to have to be careful, or do you just will you just be blowing farts all night and you don't care?
I'll be careful.
Now, Scott, you live by yourself, right?
Yes.
So you'll eat a lot of corned beef and cabbage tonight, and then you'll go home by yourself, right?
Yes.
Well, when you go to bed and you're blowing all kinds of gas from the corned beef and cabbage, will you like get in your bed and will you like blow gas and pull the sheets, over your head like a little Bavarian oven?
I could do that.
Yeah. Have you ever done that before?
No.
No. Okay. Scott, what else tell me what else you've done this week. Tell me about your week. What else have you done?
Let's see. I watched Roadblock.
Oh, what'd you think about that, Scott?
It was all right.
Scott, don't you think, though, it was, let's be honest. I didn't watch Roadblock, Scott. Yeah. But if nothing important is going to come out of the show, don't you kind of think it's a waste of time?
Yeah.
Like, did you actually think Ambrose was going to win that match?
No, I knew that Triple H was going to win.
What did you like about Roadblock then?
No, the main event was good, but I wish that they would have had a new champion. Like the thing that disappointed me is Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. We never got to see that.
Yeah, I think Bray Wyatt's hurt though. I think that's why I read. Have you read that?
Yeah, he has a back injury.
Yeah, man. When you hurt your back in wrestling, you're screwed, bro.
Yes.
What else this week have you been up to? Did you get your ribs this week?
I'm gonna have them Saturday because I can't eat them tomorrow because it's Lent and I'm Catholic and I can't eat meat during that.
What do you eat during Lent?
I might sometimes eat grilled cheese or anything that doesn't have meat.
Are you a fish guy?
Only when I'm in Florida, I eat fish.
You don't eat fish where you live?
No.
Now, Scott, Lent is you have to give something up, right?
Yeah, but I haven't given anything up.
Why is that?
I don't know what to give up.
Well, what do you like to eat that you don't think you could do without?
Pizza.
Well, then you got to give up pizza.
It's only but one time I did give up potato chips in 1 year.
Wait, hold on a minute, Scott.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that you won't give up your lousy pizza for God?
If I could, I would. Yeah.
What do you mean if you could? Why can't you?
I don't know because I love pizza so much.
You're an addict. Say I'm a pizza addict.
I'm a pizza addict. I'm a pizza holic.
How many times a week do you eat the pizza?
Every Friday.
Every Friday religiously.
Yeah.
Scott, do you like to drink the beer with the pizza, or you drink soda?
Soda.
Your Pepsi. How come you don't have your Pepsi? Look, I got my Coke Zero right here. Where's your Pepsi today?
Oh, it's in the fridge. I can go get it.
Go get your Pepsi. Go ahead while I take a swig of my Coke.
Okay.
Scott, is that regular Pepsi or Diet Pepsi?
Cherry Pepsi.
So that's what you drink all the time, cherry Pepsi?
And sometimes I drink regular Pepsi. Sometimes I drink ginger ale. Once in a while, I drink that. I've been drinking lots of water lately.
Scott, how many sodas do you drink a day?
Um, Thursday nights I drink. I'm usually free.
3 a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, I got to tell you, I've been on this very strict diet and I've been exercising. And like I've given up all of sugars and I've given up all of carbs, bread. Like I can't eat pizza, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But bro, I think what's happening is I think I'm getting addicted to like Coke Zero because I gave up all the other stuff. And sometimes I'm drinking like 2-3 Cokes a day. It's freaking me out. I think that's too much.
Yes.
Scott, what do you do for exercise?
Take long walks.
Well, when do you usually take your walk? Like Scott, I get up first thing in the morning, and like it's 7:00 in the morning, I take like a 90-minute walk. When do you like to walk?
In the afternoon when it's not nice. Like I walked. I took a walk yesterday because it was nice out, and I took a walk like pretty much every day since it's been nice that I take a walk.
Scott, you don't you're never a guy. You don't really lift weights. Did you ever lift weights or anything?
In high school, but not as much.
Yeah. Do you just not like that?
Yeah. But what I can do is start lifting cans, like soup cans, like that. That's what my doctor told me to start lifting soup cans. I've been like drinking a lot of Ensure, which is it's a health drink.
Yeah. Now, why is the doctor telling you to lift cans? What is that? What is that supposed to do for you?
Try to help me grow muscles and stuff.
Yeah. So Scott, are you like are you not allowed to lift weights? Are you supposed to stay away from that?
No.
Oh, so you could do it if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, I got to tell you something. Every time, like once in a while, I'll go to the gym, and I'm like, every time you go to the gym, like I always do cardio, and I say every once in a while, I'll say, you know what, I really should be lifting weights. But Scott, I got to tell you, bro, every time I work out with weights, I feel really nauseous. Like I feel weak. I don't feel good. I hate working out with weights. Do you go through that?
I never been to a workout center, but I used to work out in the gym in class. I felt okay.
Hey, Scott, when you were in high school, did you like participate in any sports or anything? Is there something that like you really liked playing?
No, I did gym, but sometimes we would play basketball and stuff, and sometimes that's about all we played.
Hey, Scott,
I was on no team or anything.
I got to ask you a question, Scott, and I never shared this with anybody, but I'm going to share it with you because we're good friends, right? Scott, I remember when I was in school, and every season you played something else. You played baseball, you played kickball, you played football. But I remember, man, there was that season when they like broke out like all the gymnastics equipment. And everybody, bro, in the class, you had to climb that freaking rope. I could never climb that freaking rope ever, bro. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I never did that.
Well, so you weren't able to do it either.
No.
So I wasn't the only one.
What? You weren't the only one.
Okay. Hey, Scott, have you rented any good movies lately? Could you recommend anything to me lately on DVD or anything? Have you seen any good DVD movies lately?
I'm not recently, but what I watched a couple weeks ago was the Purge movies.
What is there? 3 of them now?
Yeah, I can't wait for the Purge election. I'm a huge fan of the Purge movies.
But wait, how many are out now? 2 or 3?
Why not 2? But the third one is coming out in summer.
Okay, but the first 2 are on DVD, right?
DVD and Blu-ray, yeah.
And you really like those movies?
Yes.
Which one did you like the better, 1 or 2?
2.
Is it totally different people in those movies? Like totally different people in 1 and 2?
Yes.
So why was 2 better than 1?
It had more action in it, and it had better action and a better storyline.
But two totally different stories.
Yeah. The first one's about a home invasion. The second one's about war.
Hey, Scott, let me ask you a question. I know you're a fan of the horror movies, right?
Yeah.
Did you see all the Halloween movies?
Yes.
Scott, let me ask you your opinion of this because I disagree with a lot of people on this. Scott, remember Halloween 3, Season of the Witch?
The one without Michael Myers?
The one without Michael Myers. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Scott, I liked that movie. Did you like that movie or not like it because Michael Myers wasn't in it?
Well, at first I didn't, but in the second time I did see it. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed that movie, Scott, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Scott, when you look at all those Halloween movies, do you have a favorite one out of all of them?
Yeah, I like the first one. I thought that H2O was really good too.
Now, Scott, I'm assuming you watched all the Freddy movies
Oh
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is your favorite in that series?
Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. That's my favorite one of all time.
What about Jason?
My favorite Friday 50 Part 6, Jason Lives.
And you've seen all these movies, bro.
Yeah.
Did you like Freddy versus Jason?
Yes.
I thought in that movie, this is another thing. Listen, bro, you know how, Scott, you and I are big wrestling fans?
Yeah.
I thought Jason versus Freddy, I thought they had a great freaking fight in that movie, bro.
Yeah.
Wasn't that phenomenal, man?
Absolutely. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too. I thought that was absolutely. Now, Scott, you know what we got coming right around the corner. We got, what are we? Today's the 17th. We're a week from tomorrow, bro. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Easter?
No. Scott, why are you always thinking about food?
I don't know.
No, what comes out a week from tomorrow? What big movie?
Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus Superman. Now, are you going to go see that the day of?
I might. If I'm not doing anything, I'll see it.
Now, who do you want to win that fight?
Batman, because I was a huge Batman fan.
Hey, Scott, are you a big comic book guy? Do you collect comic books?
I used to when I was a kid. I used to collect some Batman comics, Superman comics, Marvel comics, and Dick Tracy. I have a Dick Tracy comic book at my parents' house.
Why did you stop? You just got tired of it?
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, there's a show on, I believe it's AMC. It's called Comic Book Men. Do you ever watch that?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
I bet you don't watch it every week.
No.
Scott, were you a baseball card collector?
No.
Scott, you're a big Cubs fan, though, right?
Yeah, and Marlins, Florida. I like the Florida Marlins.
So you like the Marlins more than the Cubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have a decent team this year, maybe about a 500 team, you know?
Yes.
So, Scott, what else do you have to look forward to the rest of the week? We know we got a big dinner tonight. We already established that. Pizza on Saturday, work tomorrow. What are your hours at Barnes & Noble? How long they work you, Scott?
I work from 8:30 to 10:15.
So you work about 2 hours.
Yes.
Do you look forward to that, bro? Do you like going to work at the Barnes & Noble?
I love it.
You really love it, huh, Scott?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you love about it.
Because it's easy, and the hours are good, and I like cleaning shelves and stacking books, and sometimes you could shop around and I get a really good discount.
What kind of discount do you get?
20% off discount I get.
How much?
20% off.
Scott, do you get along with your coworkers?
Oh, yeah.
Do the customers like you, Scott?
Yeah, they like me a lot.
Have they ever seen you do a paper bag on anybody?
I know.
See, they may change their opinion of you if you start saying you're going to shove things up their ass and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't bring that to work.
No.
All right, Scott. Listen, give me your give me thoughts. What did you think about this past week's Raw?
It was okay, but the ending was the best.
Scott, are you one of these guys? I know there's a lot of people out there, and I want you to be honest with me now. And I'm not one of them because I like the guy. But, Scott, there's a lot of people out there that just don't like Roman Reigns. Where do you sit on the whole Roman Reigns thing?
I like Roman Reigns. I don't have a problem with him.
But do you think they're forcing him on the people, bro?
Kind of. It seems that way. They're trying to make him the next John Cena.
What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think they should just let Roman Reigns be Roman Reigns and don't not make him be the next John Cena, not shove him down people's throat all the time.
Yeah, just kind of organically let it happen, right?
Yes, let him be himself.
Scott, if you and I are saying that, right? You and I agree, and I think there are a lot of people saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Vince McMahon doesn't let him be himself?
Because that's just how Vince McMahon is.
Go ahead, Scott.
He doesn't care about the fans. He just cares. He's lost his touch. Like even Shane McMahon has admitted it. Vince McMahon has lost his touch. He's not the Vince McMahon he used to be.
Would you like to cut a promo on Vince?
Oh, I love doing that.
Find a big piece. Go ahead.
Vince McMahon, you have You are out of touch. You've lost your touch with the fans. You know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna shove a firecracker up your ass, a thumbtack, a machete, a chainsaw, a blowtorch, TNT, a bulldozer, anything I can get my hands on until you bring back the old Vince McMahon. Grow your brain cells back. Stop being so PG and stop doing things for yourself. Stop doing stuff for the fans again. Smarten up, Vince. Smarten up.
Scott,
Yeah.
do you realize you just said, because when you talk, I listen to every word you say, Scott.
Mm.
You said you were going to shove a bulldozer up Vince McMahon's ass.
Yes.
Do you know how big a bulldozer is?
Yes.
And you're certain that you can fit a bulldozer up Vince McMahon's ass?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. All right, Scott, give me your shout outs to everybody out there. Give me your plugs. Give me it all, bro.
Shout out to you, Vince. Also shout out to my mom and dad, sister, brother-in-law, niece and nephew, and my sister's dog. Shout out to baby 717. You can't beat me. No. He's the prediction champ now.
Hey, Scott, what about Jack's birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, happy birthday, Jack. Jack, I hope you have a good one. And shout out to Jack Harvey. He is definitely a really true, good, close friend. And I would love to meet him in person one of these days.
Scott, what about your plugs? What do you want to plug?
Shout out to the Worldwide Nation Wrestling Shooters, the WWNWS Revolution, the WWNWS Network. There's a Let's Own Cody show where I always own Cody on the show. And also shout out to the St. Patrick's Day and shout out to all my family, friends, and relatives.
Don't you want to plug? Don't you want to tell everybody to watch Beauty and the Beast?
Watch Beauty and the Beast. Episode 5 is going to be next week. Hopefully, Sarah's on there.
And what are you going to do if Sarah doesn't show up?
Another paper bag rant.
All right. Well, listen, Scott, there you have it. I'm sorry Sarah didn't show up. I hope I filled in. Hopefully she'll be back next week. She had to work, but she didn't let us know. We found out at the last minute. But listen, Scott, I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day with your parents. Will you tell your parents from Vince Russo, I hope they have a great St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah. I hope my parents, I hope they have a great St. Patrick's Day.
No, I said that, Scott. Me.
Oh.
I'm wishing them a St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, Vince Russo is wishing you a great St. Patrick's Day, so I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day.
No, Scott, you got to tell them when you see them in person.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Will you do that for me, Scott?
Yes.
What are you going to say when you see your parents tonight?
Vince Russo says he hopes you have a great St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. What are your parents' first names?
Gaylord and Elizabeth.
Wait, who in
Gaylord.
Elizabeth? David?
No, Gaylord.
Gaylord?
Yeah.
Oh my, Scott, what would have happened if they would have, if your father would have named you Gaylord, would you have done the biggest paper bag rant in the history of the world?
Yes.
Now, what do they call him? They don't call him Gaylord.
Yeah, they do. They call him Gaylord or Mr. Gale. Or they call him Boss Man.
Did they almost name you Gaylord?
No.
Oh, thank God. All right, thank God. So the lovely Elizabeth and Mr. Gaylord are your parents.
Yes.
Do you think we could have them on the show one week?
Hopefully, yeah.
I'd like to have them on the show one week. Could we do that?
Yeah.
All right, Scott, listen, you showed up. Sarah's in the doghouse next week. Scott, I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
I'm cutting a huge promo on her next week.
Mhm.
I may put her on probation, Scott.
Mhm.
I got to look into this. I may fine her a couple of $100, but I want you were here to carry the show like you always do, Scott Casey Gale.
Yes.
You want to wish everybody out there a happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
All right, there you go, everybody. It wasn't Beauty and the Beast. It was Vince Russo and the Beast. But we'll be back next week with some surprises. Sarah will be back. We'll catch you next week. Take care, everybody. Say bye, Scott.
Bye.